The Nerf rival Prometheus. It's an old blaster. I am revisiting, so pardon if I forgot how to say it. But that does not take away from the fact that hands down, well, maybe debatable in my book, hands down, the ultimate ball blaster ever. There is no blaster like this one in the entire Nerf blaster community. Nowadays, they have these new Pro Line blasters that absolutely did not exist when this came out. So I'm going to go ahead and take another look at this Prometheus. I'm going to find out, even today with all the new stuff coming out, is this blaster still the ultimate blaster ever made? Well, it is time to put this blaster on through the ringer once again. We are going to find out today here on Kingdom Coin.
Welcome back. This is Kingdom Coin.
Woo! Wow. Man, talk about a heavy gunner in Nerf. Oh my goodness. Welcome to Kingdom Corn, guys. I appreciate you guys being here again. If it's your first time, I appreciate you, and you can always be a part of this kingdom. Just hit that subscribe button. As for me, as I fiddle around trying to get this big old thing handled, yeah, you guys can go ahead and thank you guys. The kingdom is now lit. Here we go. Nerf rival Prometheus. Now, I will say the very first time I've ever discovered this blaster is I had just gotten into buying, collecting Nerf guns, and I was just on YouTube. It may have been one of those like kiddie videos, but it was a while back. Either way, I saw them blasting this thing, and I pretty much just lost my stuff. I then looked it up, found out how much it goes for. It goes for a retail around $200, and of course, I lost it just as much as I did when I saw how the blaster functions. I was equally as taken aback. Nevertheless, eventually I went ahead and made that order. I found it on Walmart on sale, maybe for like $100. So I went ahead and secured that as quickly as I can. It took a little minute, but here we are today. Now, as I went back to check out the older reviews for this blaster, like, it was not anything what I would have had expected. I just thought I would immediately see all these rave like reviews, all these rave comments about this. That was not the case. Now, I went and checked out all of the major like YouTube channels, Coop, guys like that. On that note, I do want to give a shout out. Coop has finally retired. That's the Nerf king, I must say. So shout out to Coop for keeping me informed and keeping everybody like me just thoroughly entertained in this cool hobby. So shout out to Coop, and I wish you the best in whatever you got going on right now. Now, Coop was cool, but some of the other reviews, yeah, I was just thoroughly surprised at how they were. This today is like the best blaster like ever made. You just go back and wish that they made them like this still. Like, you will never get another one of these retail off the shelf. You may have a HasLab, something you order special for this, but this is like one in a kind. So the reviews that I did watch, it turns out the Nemesis, another rival blaster, nothing is kind of like this, but the Nemesis came out before this one, so apparently people may have been under the impression that this was just a jacked up, bigger version of the Nemesis. And so with that said, all these reviews, they're trying to downplay, look for everything wrong with this blaster. Like, not to like throw nobody under the bus, but I know you guys may know Wacom. I think he mentioned that he had this in a box for like a month before he even touched it. Like, the ultimate best Nerf blaster of all time, and you have it sitting in a box, just sitting there like, I don't know if I want to even touch this. With that said, I was just surprised at how the other reviews on this blaster actually went. So I just wanted to go ahead and stack this up today with all the new pro blasters going on. Like, is it still good now that we have real pro dart blasters that are shooting 200 FPS? By the way, this is only shooting like 100. So we're gonna find out if this blaster holds up still as the ultimate like heavy gunner ever in Nerf. Now, as you guys can see, this holds a ton of ammo. Probably more ammo than any blaster ever out there. That kind of frustrates me because there's just so many things about this blaster that's gonna be the top on any blaster. And as I mentioned, it's just kind of crazy to me that the older reviews are treating this like some new gimmicky ultraline blaster, something like that. But this is far from. This is the real deal. Now, yeah, this holds like 200 rival balls. You don't need any extra secondary third-party extensions. I'm pretty sure. Well, you would think this would be enough, but I can tell you that as I've taken this to Nerf battles, we've had to do some refills, especially younger children. When they get their hands and start firing this blaster here, I haven't seen too many of them that know how to stop. And I tell you, very understandable. It is a problem because you have to go all over town to try to retrieve these Nerf rival rounds, and they are a bit bouncy. Nothing like the Hyperline rounds, so that kind of made this look even better nowadays. There are no barrel extensions. As far as this goes, you don't need any attachments. Over here on the bottom, you have got these guardrail sort of things so that you can set this down and it will hold upright and not damage your blaster. This has a very awesome, funky design. Guys, we have like underestimated how great Rival was at the time. Not that they aren't still putting out stuff, but I mean, these were different times. We got some pretty heavy blasters. I'm here to show this appreciation. Now, here is the on switch. It also kind of doubles as the safety. If it is flipped up, then you cannot fire any of these triggers. But when you push it back, you get a green light. That means this thing is fired up and ready. Yeah. The rate of fire on this bad boy, in conjunction with how hard that it does hit the FPS, that is what sets this blaster into a world of a league of its own. They have this grip, and it is spinnable up here, and that means that as you hold the blaster, you can move this around without having to change your hand position. I'm telling you guys, they don't go all in like this no more. And the fact that the size of this is actually good in conjunction with a bigger person. Like nowadays, you may have a blaster that's for ages 14 and up, and yet they still have a smaller grip that adult hands will just be sliding off of like crazy. But nothing like that goes for this blaster. This grip was clearly made for the biggest adult team, unless you're Shaq, but pretty sure there's a lot of stuff that that guy isn't able to wield. A lovely, nice looking blaster. This is a hopper fed. You open up the top, and all you have to do is throw in all of your rounds. I normally use this in Nerf battles whenever it is pickup or cleanup time. I tell everyone, when you find your rival balls, throw them all inside the Prometheus, and then we'll get going. I'll sort them all out later. Because this is pretty much a big dart storage, and the fact that you can fire straight out of your dart storage instead of having to load it up inside of a clip that's separate, that is a pretty nice thing. Whenever this is done, you open it up, pick up whatever loose rounds that you have, and throw it in. You're ready to let off some more of these crazy rounds. Now we're going to get to the bones and meat of this review. This is what we came here for. This blaster isn't here just good for the look, for the outside shell. This thing is built perfectly for one specific reason. That is to do some serious damage. I'm having too much fun. Just as I said, when you get this into the hands of any small child, really pretty much anyone, it is really hard not to hold this trigger down until you just can't no more. This was a fully capacity out hopper, and look how quick I was able to go through that many rounds. That's just how much of a beast of a blaster they used to make back in those days. Woo! Oh yeah. Now on to my conclusion. Now, I guess the question overall was, with this new Pro line stuff that started out really from Dark Zone, now they have X-Shot Pro, Dark Zone Pro, Nerf is coming out with a Pro level Strife. It is just getting wild out here. The question is, does this hold up as the ultimate Nerf blaster of all time, even today? Well, after that firing demo, I'm gonna have to say that this Prometheus holds a place of its own. Even with all the new stuff, every Nerf enthusiast have got to get a piece of. This thing, the fact that it comes with a rechargeable battery, is that you don't have to go and drain through some double D's, all that heavy stuff. This big thing right here is the battery, and it is fully rechargeable. A lot of the newer Pro blasters, they're just really flat out not as fun as this blaster right here. This kills, and it is a whole lot of fun. On top of that, these rival rounds are not nearly as dangerous. They give you these eye protection with all the Pro level. This, I don't know if you even need. I mean, it still would be cool to have, but you don't need so much eye protection and all that with this blaster. For these rival rounds, they're very soft, and even the hardest hit still won't do too much damage to your body. Now, getting hit at 250 SPS by one of these Dark Zone 4 type blasters, that right there is dangerous, especially if you get hit in the eye. This blaster is very fun, functional, and safe as that. That is a great, lovely combination for any cool Nerf blaster. Prometheus still the ultimate best Nerf blaster ever made. I am going to give it a yes. You have got to get a Prometheus. They just don't have any other blasters like it. Woo, this was the peak of Nerf, and hopefully we can see stuff like this again. All the Pro level stuff is great, but to be able to really just have a lot of fun and spit out these rounds the way that this thing has got the intimidation factor. And I tell you this, anytime I see a group of kids and I want to scare the brakes off of all of them, I will have a Prometheus and not one of the hard-hitting, dangerous style Pro levels. So on that note, don't go out there trying to hurt anyone. Here in Kingdom Corn, it's all about fun and being safe. Yeah. Thank you guys for checking out my blaster review. This is Kingdom Corn. You guys have an awesome and lovely day. Yeah. Oh. All right.